Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first week of Self Care Sunday. I'm Dr. Tori Harrison, one of the physiotherapists here at Three Pillars, and today we're going to start by talking about breathing. So, if you've worked with me, you know that I talk about breathing all of the time. It is the first and the last thing that we will ever do. It is also a great gateway to help calm your nervous system. So, a lot of us get stuck in that sympathetic or stressed out state for a lot of the time, and we don't have that balance with the parasympathetic, that rest and digest side. So, by changing the way that you breathe, deepening it, slowing it, lengthening it, that can help you settle the nervous system down and find that parasympathetic again. So, today we're going to talk about just observing, noticing the breath, and taking up a little bit more space within your trunk, your rib cage with that breath. So, everybody, go ahead and find a nice, comfortable position. So, I'm going to be sitting. I'm sitting up on a yoga bolster to lift my hips a little bit. I recommend if you're sitting, put something under the hips, a block, a pillow, a blanket, something to just elevate them a little bit and give the spine a more upright posture. If sitting doesn't sound comfortable for you, then lay down, maybe on your back. You can prop something up under your knees to take some tension off the low back, maybe something underneath your head, anything to make you nice and comfortable so that you can spend the next couple of minutes just focused on your breath. So once you're nice and comfortable, I want you to go ahead and put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And see if you can begin by just observing your breath pattern. This can be challenging because often as soon as we start observing, we tend to change it. See if you can just notice where the breath goes to by noticing which hand is moving. Notice how it feels as you breathe. Do you feel like you are taking up all of the space that you can? Do you feel that it is effortful or easeful to breathe? And all of this is just information. So see if you can just observe it, no judgment. You're just learning from your body and listening. And now let's go ahead and start to control the breath a bit. So let's start with the bottom hand. Can you breathe just into your belly so that when you inhale, the belly expands and that bottom hand moves up or forward? Filling up the belly, and then exhale long and slow out so you feel the belly pull back in towards the spine as you exhale. And take a few breaths like that, trying to find a nice balanced inhale and exhale, maybe about 3 to 4 seconds each way. You may notice your abdominal muscles engage a little bit as you exhale to pull that belly in. That's perfectly fine. One more belly breath here. Beautiful. Let that settle. And now can you try to pull the breath just into your chest? And as you do that, notice, can you do that without tensing up those neck muscles or lifting your shoulders? Let the neck and the shoulders stay nice and relaxed, but allow that chest to rise nice and proud, and then gently fall as you exhale. So a few breaths just like that. And again, you're just observing. So if this is challenging, whether the belly or the chest, that's perfectly okay. Now you know where you have some difficulty and where you can work on expanding that breath. Good, let the chest settle. Now go ahead and take your hands to either side of your rib cage. So you're kind of pressing into the ribs, like you're going to squeeze your hands and your ribs together. Then as you take an inhale here, can you inhale into the ribs so they move apart, pushing your hands away from each other? And then exhale, let those ribs just passively come back together. So take 2 more breaths just like that. And then exhale, let them come back together. One more big inhale, let those ribs expand out to the side. And exhale, bring it back together. Beautiful. Go ahead, bring the hands back to the belly and the chest. And now you're going to see if you can expand all three of those spaces. So we're going to start the breath in the belly. And as you inhale, let the belly fill. Pull the breath up. Feel those ribs expand out to the side. Keep pulling the breath up all the way into the chest so the chest expands up and forward, nice and proud. Beautiful. And then exhale down that same pattern. Let the chest fall. The ribs come back together and the belly come back in. Repeat that same thing, pulling the breath from the belly to the ribs, to the chest, pausing now at the top, and just feel that fullness. Feel yourself taking up all of that space within your torso, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Beautiful. 2 more deep breaths like that. Try to take up as much space as you can, expanding those ribs, but without forcing it. One more. Belly, ribs, chest. Pause. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Good. And go ahead and now surrender that control of the breath. And now go back to just simply noticing. And if you haven't closed your eyes yet, this is a good time to do so, to turn inward. And without controlling it, notice, does the breath take up any more space now than it did before? Is there any more ease in the breath? Is there any more ease or calmness to the nervous system? Beautiful. So I recommend trying this throughout the day, maybe once a day, and in different positions. So if you are sitting here, try it laying down, standing up, and observing too how the breath changes depending on gravity. Because if you're sitting, you've got to hold yourself up against gravity. If you lay down, gravity is not so much of an issue. You can relax a little bit more there. So noticing just any differences there. And this is a great practice to just bring that awareness to the breath, settle the nervous system a little bit, and maybe help you go forth in your day with a little bit more ease. So thank you so much for joining. Coming up at 3 Pillars, if you would like to kind of deepen your understanding of the breath and relaxation, I will be hosting a yoga and meditation workshop called The Art and Science of Relaxation, which will be on November 5th and November 12th, 2 Sundays. And then on November 19th, Christine, our wonderful massage therapist, will be hosting a self-massage class, where she'll show you how to work muscles all over your body yourself. So please check those out. Look forward to the emails every Sunday, and we will be seeing you soon.